tu amiga, ya yo me enteré. Se nota cuando me ves, ahí donde no has llegado, sabes que yo te llevaré.
What's up, you guys? I am so excited for this new video because it is my first time using airbrush on nails, and I love the results. So if you want to see that, it's all the way at the end of the video. But I did ask you guys if you wanted to see just the airbrush or the full do nails with me, and you guys wanted to see how I do nails. So you already know I gave you guys what you want. So yeah, the first thing I did is I always push back the cuticles. Then I'm going to be using my sanding band at its slowest speed, and I'm going to be taking off that dead skin around the cuticle area, and I'm just going to be taking off all the natural oils from her nails. So now I'm going to be going in with my extra long straight end nail tips from Shop Brat Lab, and honestly I love them so much. And if you haven't tried them out, try them out, because honestly they're so easy to shape, so easy to cut. I have never had any struggles with them. So yeah, if you haven't tried them, try them out. And you can also use my code ETTENNVJ so you can save some money out on checkout. But yeah, so that's all I'm doing. I'm going to be putting in the nail tips, and again I like to always put the glue on her actual nails, then applying the nail tips, and then I'm going to be applying glue on top of that just so we can get any air bubbles out. So once we have all the nail tips on, we're gonna go ahead and cut them down to the desired length. And the way that I cut my nail tips is I use straight end scissors, and honestly straight end scissors are gonna be your best friend. If you don't own any, then sis, what are you doing? I suggest you getting straight end scissors just because they cut straight, and also when I cut the sides, like for my shape, it's so easy for me to just cut it down because again they are straight, so it's gonna make super straight lines, and they are my best friend. I love straight ends. They used to use those nail clippers, you know, the ones that look like, I don't know how to explain it, but I know you know which ones I'm talking about, like the ones that the nail salons be using. And honestly, it's a little too much, so you want to work smarter, not harder. So yes, get you some straight end scissors. So yeah, so I cut them down all the way to the length that she wanted, and I went ahead and measured all the nail tips to make sure that they are the same size. You always want to make sure they're the same size, because you know, if one's longer or shorter than the other one, it's going to look a little weird, and your client's going to be able to see that. So just make sure you always measure your nail tips to each fingernail. Okay, so see here, this is where I'm using my straight end my straight end scissors to cut the sides of the nail tips, and look at that, how straight it cuts. Literally, it's so perfect when you're doing taper square nails, because honestly it cuts like the exact amount that you need, and it doesn't overcut, you know what I mean? So yes, get you some straight end scissors. And these scissors, I got them from my store, Shop Brat Lab, but they come in the nail kit. So if you have purchased a nail kit before, you know what I'm talking about, how these scissors work. They are your best friend when it comes to shaping your nails or cutting your nails. So yes, sis, get you some straight end scissors. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with an 80/80 file grit, and I'm going to be pushing back her skin just so I don't cut her with the file. Like, my worst fear is cutting a client, so I'm just going to be making sure I am taking precautions of not cutting her. So yeah, I'm just going to be filing the sides and the tip a little bit. But yeah, I feel like this 80/80 file grit is literally your best friend too, because it files so easily. Like, because of the grit that it has, it makes the work done. It gets the work done for you without putting so much pressure onto your file, because I do know after a while of putting so much pressure, your hand can start hurting. So we want to prevent that from happening. And yeah, so try using an 80/80 file grit and I promise you it's gonna make a huge difference. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using my Amazon drill, and honestly this is the best drill I have ever tried, and I love it because it's portable. Like, yes, I love anything that's portable because I hate having so many like cables around me. Like, it just stresses me out. But yeah, so the way that I'm using my drill is I'm just gonna be going around the cuticle area one more time, because throughout the process of me prepping her nails, she does touch her phone and she does touch other stuff. So I just want to make sure that all her natural nails have all the oils off. So yeah, so then I'm just gonna be drilling the side of the nail tips and the tip of the nail tips, just so we can get that straight as possible. I love me some straight tips. Like, everything has to be straight. It's the shape for me, honestly. Like, if you have your shape down, honestly, you have it. You got it. So yeah, that's all I'm doing with my nail drill. And I know this, when I push up on the tip, it's a little bit uncomfortable, so just let your clients know if you do this step. So today for this day, I'm going to be using the protein bond from Young Nails, and it's my first time trying to use this protein bond. So I did let my clients know, so if they have any issues with it, to let me know. So yeah, so this is the protein bond again from Young Nails. So for her set, she wanted an ombre, so this color pink, like it looks like a Barbie pink. I got it from SoCal Nails, and actually this color, I was supposed to get a really like neon color, but I did send my boyfriend to go get me a nail color that's pink, and he picked this one, but I really wanted the neon pink. But I'm not mad because it is pretty. It's like a magenta looking pink, so she did wanted to use this color. So yeah, so for the ombre, I'm gonna be putting a thin layer of this color, and I'm not gonna be applying it all the way to my cuticle. I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit more than halfway up, just so that we have a nice blend when we add the second color. But yeah, so that's what I do with my ombres. I usually always just apply the color that we're gonna blend, and I apply it to every single nail so we can let that dry. And I feel like with ombres, you want to work with acrylic that's dry, just because if you do like add the second color on top of that, it's gonna be like you're gonna go back and forth. And for me personally, I like to work smarter, not harder, like I said before. So yeah, I feel like with this, it's easier and faster for me. Okay, so for the second color, I'm going to be using it from Shop Brat Lab, and it's in the shade Sand Nudes. Honestly, this nude is so perfect for me because I like it when it's a little bit light, not too much, and it's not see-through, but it is on the lighter side nude, and I feel like nudes that are lighter are so cute. So yeah, so this one is again from Shop Brat Lab, and you can use my code. But yeah, so the first bead that I always like to put it on top of that pink and slowly start blending it out and dragging it all the way down as much as I can, all the way down, and just start blending. And when I do start blending, I also like to go in with a light hand, because if I was to go with a hard hand, I feel like you're gonna be just moving the acrylic and just not blending it, if that makes any sense. Like, you're just gonna keep poking at it and you're gonna like make that acrylic disappear. So always make sure you go in with a light hand. And another tip too, when you're working with acrylic, make sure you're always swiping the sides of the nail tip, just so that you can control your acrylic and it doesn't go everywhere, and you keep the shape too. It's going to be easier for you when you're starting to shape your nail or filing it. So yeah, it's better for you to just swipe the acrylic on the sides of the nail. So now I'm just going to be encapsulating with the Crystal Clear from, again, Shop Brat Lab. And honestly, I love this clear. It's super easy to work with and it doesn't give me any struggles. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be encapsulating the whole design. When I encapsulate, I like to start building my apex, because when I'm working with the two colors underneath, I feel like I don't really do an apex because I don't want it to be too thick versus when I apply the clear. So yeah, with that one, that's when I start to build my apex, and I do start to make the nail a lot more thicker. But yeah, so super easy for me to work with this clear. If you guys want to see a separate video of exactly like what I do to build the apex, I am more happy to do so, because I know when I first started I did struggle a lot with building an apex, but I feel like now it's like I get it now, like it's not as hard as when I first started. But yeah, so it's really important that you also encapsulate, because if you don't encapsulate, you're gonna just file off that design that you did, and you don't want that to happen. So just make sure you always encapsulate every single design that you do. I was super upset because I didn't realize that my phone had died. So when I was shaping and doing everything, like I didn't realize that my phone wasn't recording. But so after I had encapsulated, I did do my shaping one more time, and it's very self-explanatory. You do the same thing that you did to shape the nails. So I used my 8085 grit, and I just used my drill to file the top, and again make that tip super straight. And that's all I did. I did use my buffer as well. I used my buffer so I can get any bumps out and any lines that the file or nail drill made. So yeah, very important for you to use your buffer. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I am so excited because the nails came out so cute. Okay, so first I'm going to be using these stencils that I created, and I might be selling them on my website. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to be taking the butterfly stickers, and I'm just going to be applying that on her tips. And there's a difference between the outline and the actual butterfly, and this is going to be the outline. So with the outline, I'm just going to be putting it on the tip of the nails again, like I said. And so then I'm going to be taking my airbrush, and I'm going to be spraying the butterfly, and that's what's going to create the actual outline of the butterfly, as you can see on the video. And since you can cure this, I didn't take off the butterfly yet until it was cured, and I'm going to show you guys the difference. So yeah, this right here is when I am spraying the butterfly, and then once I'm done again, I'm gonna have her cure her nail. And I didn't do the ring finger because she wanted bling on it. So yes. Okay, so now you can see me peeling off that butterfly, and as soon as I peel off that butterfly, you can instantly start seeing the design of the butterfly, and this is the outline of the butterfly. Again, there's a difference between the outline and the actual like butterfly print. So as you can see there, bitch, yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna using the same butterflies that I used, but I'm gonna be using the outline so I can get that actual butterfly on there. So that's it. Like I said, there's two different designs of the airbrush designs, and so yeah, like I said, this is gonna be the actual print of the butterfly. And these stencils are one-time use, unless you like want to keep them so you don't waste them, you can, but these for me are one-time use. And when I'm applying the sticker, I want to make sure that it's really on there, because I've noticed that if it's not like completely stuck onto the nail, the airbrush color can like smear off. So you want to make sure that it's like really stuck on there. There's no little air bubbles or anything of that, because if there is, like I said, the airbrush color will smear. Okay, so now I'm gonna be spraying with my airbrush onto that sticker, and this is gonna create the actual butterfly print. It's not the outline, it's the actual butterfly print. And honestly, this is so dope. Like, I've never worked with airbrush, and for it to be the first time, I did an amazing job. Like, yes, I love airbrush. Airbrush is my new best friend. If you don't have one, I really suggest you investing in one, because these are fucking fire. Like, the design is so cute. And when I am using these stickers, I don't cure them under the light, because I've noticed that it looks a little weird. So I didn't not cure them. I took them off first before putting them under the light. And I did use my brush that's there, because I did notice I had lines around there and I didn't really like it. So I did use my airbrush, not my airbrush, my brush that I had with some acetone, just to clean those lines up. And you can kind of see it right there when I'm cleaning it. So once I'm done cleaning all those lines up, I am going to have her cure her design, because again, this is a gel color, so you want to make sure that you cure it after every time. After I cured everything, I did bling out her ring finger again, and I didn't get to do a video of the final look, but I do have the picture. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys.